Hello, welcome to, this is our 10th episode of the Wiccan Warriors Sunday Share. If you've not joined us before, my name's Alistair and I'm a mediumistic life coach and tarot reader, medium. Do a fair bit of psychometry. I like to do building psychometry, to the sort of energy history of a building. And to my right is my gorgeous goddess Penny. Go on, introduce yourself.
Or to your left, because we're ant and deck. Hello, I'm Penny. I'm an empath, I'm a doula, I'm a third generation dowser, I'm a Reiki master,
Yeah,
and
we
many
both are.
other fun things. I know, but you always forget. You should tell people.
Shall we do the other bit of pigeonholing as well? We're pagans. But I'm not sure, I'm just blankety pagan.
Blankety blank.
A blankety blank pagan.
You lean more towards the Nordic paganism.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of a Wiccan.
So
More
yeah,
gentle, flowery.
I think the terms, I kind of appreciate the old gods. I think that's the way of putting
I
it.
think that's why he likes me. So, why have we got the beautiful flowers in front of us?
I don't know, Penny. Why have we got the beautiful flowers in front of us?
Because it's Beltane, yay! And Beltane signals the start of summer. Stolen as May Day by other religions.
That's why we mentioned the pagan bed at the beginning.
Yeah. But it
Oh,
signals...
I like it. They copied. That's the best form of flattery.
It is. It is. So, yes, it's symbolised by new life, new growth, fertility. So with that, we have the blossoms that probably won't turn into fruit because we've got them in a little jar of water. But we have the, I think these are gerberas that I spotted by the roadside and went and foraged by the roadside. It was the countryside. I only took a few. But yeah, Beltane's about fertility and it's the celebration of fire. And what traditionally would happen would be on Beltane evening, everybody would put out their household fires and there would be a huge fire. I think it's called a need fire in the middle of the village or the township. And then everybody would go and take a piece of the fire, so take a stick that was alight and take it to their own hearth to relight their own fire, and that connected the whole community by all having a fire from the communal fire.
Was it also where the song Relight My Fire came from?
No,
Oh.
Lulu, settle down. Things I put up with. It's also a very good time for the coming together of couples, men and ladies. And they could have a handcrafting ceremony. Because traditionally it was men and ladies. It's not to be politically incorrect, it's just traditionally that's what it was.
But anybody could do hand fast.
But now, obviously, paganism and Wiccans are welcoming to everybody because love is love. And it's about coming together, and you can be hand fasted. So that's the tying together of hands, if you give me a hand, with ribbon around. Your hands are literally tied. I think it's 9 times.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I have read it a couple of times.
I think it's... Oh, that's sweet.
But not remembered any crucial details that I need to remember, obviously.
But yeah, your hands are tied together, and then you would jump through the fire together. Oh, it's obviously going to be quite low at that point. It's not going to be a gigantic bonfire that you've got rampage through. But you jump through the fire because that increases fertility, and you agree to be together for a year and a day. And at the end of that time, if you decide that you don't want to be together anymore, after a year and a day, then you part as friends and go about your business. You are not forced to continue on in your relationship together. So you get a year and a day taster.
So pagans had like
If you like.
a built-in sort of trial period.
Yeah, try before you buy. Yeah. That's an interesting little fact.
Excellent.
What else about it? I can't remember how long the period is. It might be a month. It might be 30 days. The couple that came together, the couple that came together at that point would go off together and be uninterrupted by the rest of the community for, I think it was a month, I think it was 30 days, in which they would explore their fertility.
God, I hope it would be Netflix.
Just a little bit.
Oh, I can't do 30 days.
Little bit rude.
What?
Yeah, it's about 30 days.
Crumbs.
That's so you can, it's basically, and they drank, I believe they drank honey mead. And you obviously jump over the fire and it's in the light of the moon. And I think that's where honeymoon came from. The honey in the honey mead. And because it was new moon, so it became the honeymoon period.
Excellent.
Some useless knowledge. I might not be entirely correct with all the details, like the time periods, but I'm fairly certain that's right. Anywho, so that's Beltane. That's why we've got the flowers. If you just think we're like weird old people with a bunch of flowers in front of us. We are, but there was a purpose.
So if we had any comments, is there anybody there?
Is there anybody there? Does anybody want to say anything? I have some random knowledge. I'll do my best. If any of you want to ask any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm obviously not as insightful as Wikipedia, but I'll give it a damn good go. No comments. Nobody's here. Nobody loves us. They are here, obviously. I was being
Yeah, we know
dramatic.
that you're there. We can see you. There's a camera facing straight at you now. We can see you. Hi.
It's true. So even if you're lying in bed,
Go like that. Go, ooh, cover yourself up.
Marion, if you're there. Otherwise, that was just a bit creepy if you open this at that moment as I say your name. That's quite odd. So
Yeah, so what have you guys been up to? How's your week been? How have you found the energy of Beltane? How involved with it have you been? Did you go and gather flowers like we did?
or dance around a maypole. That's all
Like
about
we
fertility,
didn't.
that great big phallic pole.
Well, all you ladies
And
dancing
then the
around it.
wrapping round it. Yeah, yeah. It's all
Ribbon
about
for her
fertility.
pleasure.
That was quite good. Well done. I like that. Beltane can be quite an emotional time for people. There is obviously the moon being full, and we had a pink moon very recently.
I think I say it every time, but I always find a full moon quite draining.
Do you?
Yeah.
So that's not very helpful then during Beltane.
Well, no, I've had a pretty stressful few days.
Yeah, it can make you feel emotional, it can make you feel happy, it can make you feel reflective, looking back on things, when really, because it's the start of summer, we should be looking forward to what good stuff is to come. And for anybody that's having a bad time at the minute, good stuff is to come.
Just got to cast off the dredges of winter.
Indeed.
Or just drink lots of strong coffee. Yay.
That's mainly you. So, what else have we been doing? We've been fighting to get the internet sorted.
Yeah.
That's been fun.
Yeah.
And again, we've had some issues today. I think it's going to be reflective, possibly, if you're watching. we might dip in and out.
Yeah, I don't know. Speak up though, because the mic.
I'm sorry. Should I speak very loudly?
No, but you just go quiet.
Oh, sorry. Because I'm reflective. I
don't know. I don't know whether this is our internet.
And at some point, we're going to be moving over to the YouTube. So we kind of need to sort it out, really. Living in a village doesn't help us at all. Anywho.
So if you've got any tips on increasing your broadband speed when it's Sky,
Yeah.
then that'd be cool. Thanks. We could
Anyway,
do with some
moving
help.
away from that, because that's not...
Yeah, that's a bit grim.
Fun. That's not part of our topic of conversation. So, it was fun last week, wasn't it? Going out and about.
Ah, yeah, we did review the footage from it. We didn't catch anything.
The royal we. To be fair, the old Sony Handycam turned off after 11 minutes.
Yeah.
It never even got as far as going into the night vision mode because it drained the battery.
Yeah, and the little action cam, that didn't pick anything up around where we were as far as a physical, something I could see on the screen. So yeah, so that maybe means we need to go back. What do you reckon? I don't know, I'd like to go back.
Yeah, I'd like to go back and maybe not be stuck where we were, and obviously we'll sort the audio out because that was a little bit of a nightmare because we can't judge. And some people will say, oh, it's really, really quiet, and other people are going, yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. So
It depends on your system as well as ours, so we'll have a little play. We think we've organised something more appropriate so you could hear us. But yeah, that was loads of fun. One of my favourite places to go. Nostalgic places to go. Been there quite a bit. Actually, if anybody's been on our website, you'll have seen that I made all our Christmas decorations, and we went there and foraged for pine cones, and I made all the pine cone decorations.
You did?
From there. Didn't I?
Yeah, it was cool. No, it is a nice location. It's quiet, and the energies that buzz around it are fairly chilled out. You kind of connect with someone, and they sort of come and go. They've not got things that need to happen or stuff. And then there's the residual kind of energy there where you can feel the queuing of people outside the building and
the movement of the daily life of a church.
Yeah, kind of where everything was delivered from to how the energy of people receiving it, that kind of sort of logic with it.
There are a couple of uncomfortable energies in there.
The bit that's mostly fallen down is the weirdest bit. Which
Yeah,
kind of says a lot.
Really drawn to that area. Really drawn to that area. There are a couple of uncomfortable energies, and I did pick up on one that was really mischievous and wanted me to go dowsing through the nettles. Which wasn't going to happen, but that was lovely. So we'd like to go out and do some more. Do miss going out and doing that kind of thing.
I have had a look around us for some other locations we could go to.
And we had one or two people contact us with ideas of locations, which would be great. We'd like to go back out and have a...
Yeah, like I say, we're not...
And at some point have people join us.
Yeah.
That would be
God,
fabulous.
that would be good. Or we could do a cleansing at your house or something, and then we go and do the share from there. So you could be in the share.
Cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. And
Obviously
then we
COVID dependent.
Then we can talk about what we did and pop up hopefully some extra footage of what we were doing there. That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do.
That'd be nice. Lots of fun. So if you've got any ideas of locations, if any of you have got mysterious comings and goings, whispers in the night.
That's a song, isn't it?
Strangers in the night.
Oh. What if they're whispering too? Strangers whispering in the night.
I'd like a stranger to come and give me a whispered chocolate. Is that the same thing?
No.
No. Okay. So, random. So yeah, give us some ideas. Where do you want us to go? It was actually the topic of UK Haunted Ghost Box.
Yeah, they sort of did it as a where would you like to go in the world
Yeah.
sort of logic. And there was loads of spooky locations they had not heard of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Festival of the Dead, for instance, which features right at the very front and the opening scene of an amazing James Bond film.
And many other films, to be fair.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, Mexican Day of the Dead.
Yeah, that'd be amazing to be there.
And I keep hearing about the Catacombs in Paris. Right, I've been to the Catacombs in Paris. I've been as far as the gate to get in, and it's never open when I've gone. And I think I went 7 years in a row. And the time of year that I go, it was either closed because it's off season, or when I did go and it should have been opened, it was closed for cleaning and maintenance. And it was like, how thoughtless.
Polishing the skulls.
Yeah, how thoughtless. So I've never actually got any further than the gate to get down to the Catacombs.
What did the gates feel like?
Felt like cold iron gates. It was November.
Oh.
Beginning of November.
Did you
but
confirm
it was
that there were
chilly.
iron gates with that feeling? Sorry, I just felt like being a bit sarcastic. The fact you just got to the gates.
It's just cruel.
Sorry.
Just cruel. And I've been inside a pyramid and didn't pick up any energies within there, probably because of my own rising panic, because I'm not a panicky person, and once you actually are in there, you climb down a really long ladder, because you don't go into the pyramid, you go down under the pyramid, and it's quite a narrow space. I think if you was of sturdy girth, you might struggle, and because I happened to go off season, we were the only ones to go down into the actual pyramid with a guide, but in the summer it's like bum to face climbing down the ladder,
Not anymore.
which would be very unpleasant. But it was quite a tight space, and then when you go inside, it's just this big empty room, and I just had rising panic when I was in there, because I was looking up the ladder because it's quite high, and seeing that scrap of daylight and thinking, if anybody covers that, I'm dead. I'm stuck in here. That's that. It's not like I can ring anybody.
The aliens, they'll come and help you. Oh no.
In 5 years from now.
Yeah. What were the pyramids?
What, the big stony
Everybody's
buildings?
obsessed with them, that they can't have been built by illustrious
Pharaohs.
Egyptians and pharaohs. That there's some sort of alien connotation. I don't get it. I just don't.
It's because
What, they
of the
came and went and
size.
then left nothing else?
It's because of the size and the precise angles.
Okay, the first issue I have with when it comes to the pyramids is they were not built on a desert. They were built using all of the trees that were around that entire landscape,
Oh yeah.
and then it created a desert because there was no more trees, because they moved and mined and treated.
Yeah, but
everything.
there was desert there, but it wasn't as arid as it is where the pyramids are. You're
No,
right.
it was a tropical landscape where them pyramids were built. Oh. And now we've got the Sahara.
Yeah, but the Sahara is massive.
Yeah, because it was covered in trees. It was a tropical landscape.
Okay.
But the Egyptians did it. So they built these things with manpower. Literal manpower. I just don't get the... But put on there if you think that they were the aliens.
Was
and
it
underneath they're all just going to fold up and there's a big light that goes up.
Hi, Leah.
I don't get it. Aliens like some sort of absentee landlords that are just sort of watching us from on high.
I think that we're a social experiment.
I heard somebody, what was it somebody said to that? We're in the we're in the teardrop of a something.
Giant.
Yeah, the teardrop of a giant.
That's how insignificant we are.
That's not what you want to tell somebody with my kind of brain, because I'm like, oh, what's the giant look like? How big is he? Is he a friendly giant? Is he like the BFG, or are we talking horrible, scary giant?
Or like ogre giant.
Yeah. So yeah, tangent. Who's that? Hello, Leah.
You finished your rant. I read today, about an hour ago actually, that there is somebody on a different social media platform who apparently predicts things and has predicted that in 5 years from now, on the 6th of June, and apparently he's from the year 2835 or something, but in 5 years from now, on the 6th of June at midnight, there will be 3 days of darkness where there will be no lights. There will only be, we will have to survive by candlelight. Technology, everything. There will be 3 days of darkness, and light will come out of the pyramids, but it will be so
I know, I can see Andy's comment.
so bright. I can't see it. So bright that it would be dangerous to look at it, so don't look at it. But I'm taking it with quite a big pinch of salt. Apparently this time travelling man has put up predictions numerous times, and when they haven't come true, he's deleted them.
Well, never mind that prediction. Andy's predicted that the pyramids were obviously built by lizard people.
Lizard people.
I'd believe that more than aliens.
Who are the lizard people?
I'll tell you another reason why I'm not.
Katie. Hi, Katie.
And
You've read this too. What did you read about the prediction or about the lizard people?
Quick, which thread do you mean?
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
was
go
going to
on.
say something then.
Was it about lizard people?
No. Oh, yeah, to do with alien technology and things like that. Aviation has not improved. We cannot go in and out of our Earth's atmosphere as easy as that. So where's all this tech that, if it's not just stealth tech, that's not what aliens would have brought. It would have been interstellar tech, if you like. So again, that's another reason why I just don't believe it. Or at least they might be out there, but they've definitely not been here.
We're like the hamsters of aliens.
Just trundling around in a little wheel.
At the corner of their bedroom.
Oh,
And they
Anna's
just
late
watch
again.
us. Hi, Anna, take your time. No hurry.
So yeah, but I love a good conspiracy theory. I absolutely love it.
I know, but you're a bit weird.
No,
So,
I'm not.
I do. I think that there is some celestial experiment afoot, and they're watching us and probably laughing at us, to be fair. I can't read. That's too far away.
She's in London with some family.
Yeah, Katie's put a comment as well.
Oh, you'll have to log into your
I'm
ones.
trying. It's had a meltdown. Technology on us.
So yeah, what's your favourite conspiracy theory? I grew up in Scotland.
So the prediction. At the minute, yeah, I agree. I believe anything can happen at the moment, the way things have been going.
I was at one earlier about there was a prediction of COVID in 2003 on an episode of, I think it was Law and Order or something like that.
Well, and we didn't listen. What idiots. What idiots. So
yeah,
I was in London.
So yeah, because I grew up in Scotland, obviously it was Loch Ness about everything. So we went, and no, I didn't see it. But then so many years later, that picture that was so iconic in the book that I read it in Arthur C. Clarke's book, that it was then debunked anyway. The guy and his son.
Do you
made
mean the
it.
well-known paranormal writer?
Yes, the well-known paranormal writer.
Arthur C. Clarke, that inspired quite a lot of people to write and create films.
He did.
Nostradamus. Oh God, you're going back a bit there. I'm not quite that old, Andy. I don't know him. We don't chat.
Is he the one with the fangs and the teeth and really
that's
skinny?
Nosferatu.
I always get them confused.
It's the end of the week mania on a Sunday.
It's the strong coffee. You know you love it.
We say it's the end of the week.
But yeah, I love a good conspiracy theory. Because why did it have to be the truth? Just because the government said? Because everything they tell us is always true, isn't it? So it's that kind of logic. So just
let's not get political.
no, but there's always that area you sort of go, it could be that. Everything's controlled by the Illuminati.
I definitely think we should change the subject.
Okay, so we bring it back to a more reality, more spiritual kind of logic.
I think we should bring it back to more spiritual.
Okay, fair enough.
So if any of you have joined us late, Anna, if any of you have joined us late, at the beginning I explained what Beltane means to us. It's
And
Celtic.
what all the flowers were about.
Yeah.
Which
It's
doesn't want to face the camera, it's camera shy.
yeah. I can't read. Don't make me put my glasses on.
Could get too deep, lol. Yeah, you're right. I just need to have a little show on my own. Conspiracy theories.
I think that absolutely can happen because I hear it all week. I think you should just save it up and have a little vlog and do it on your own. That bit. We'll still do the Sunday share, but
I thought I was being sacked then for a second.
no. The old man.
I don't want to do a show
spilling
like
his-
that though, because all the flat earthers will turn up.
Like you won't enjoy that. We had some poor politician knock the door the other day.
Andy's like, I'd watch that.
Well, hopefully soon we're gonna be able to all meet up, which we can, to be fair. If it wasn't so bloody cold and rainy for the whole week, apparently, we could all meet in my lovely big garden and we could all have a chat. Yay, that would be great. I've
That'd be
forgotten
cool.
what it's like to have conversations with real people,
Yeah.
face to face, when the only conversations that I've had are usually through a mask when people are going, huh? What did you say?
I've not even had
In a supermarket and just getting quite cross about it. Not saying that masks aren't the way to go. We've been very COVID compliant and we've had both of our vaccinations. We're not sick this
the
time
double
round.
vax.
Yeah. We
The nurse said something interesting though.
yeah.
Here's a little conspiracy theory for you. See you next year then.
She said she would make a prediction
Why would we have to do this annually?
that it would become something that happens annually.
Like the flu jab or something more compulsory. Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, so we had some poor candidate knock the door and ask if we would vote for them. I went and
that probably
made
got us
myself a coffee and sat in the living room and left Alistair to have a lengthy chat with the poor man.
Debate.
I could see his wife looking at me through the living room
Don't
windows.
assume that was his wife.
Well, the lady that was with him, well, she looked quite bored and
No,
panicked.
She was another party.
She was giving
Then
me the eye through the window, trying to entice me to come and save her. I'm telling you, I could feel it coming off her in waves. I didn't, obviously. I just turned the TV up and finished my coffee.
As you can, I don't know, those that know me know that I'm quite outspoken. I will say my mind. So he come round to ask if he could have my vote. For what?
Okay, we're not going to go political.
So no, it was just
You
that
were
was
on the
it.
doorstep for
Yeah,
ages.
and I just sort of, you will feel that you're doing the best you can do at this end, but when the head of your snake is Boris Johnson, I'm not feeding that. I'm not engaging with that.
Anyway,
So yeah, politics, I'm out.
let's look at something more spiritual. What do you have in front of you, Alistair?
Why have you gone into that again?
Because I want
I'm
to
not sure, Penny. Let me have a look.
draw you away
It's like Blue Peter. Here's some cards I drew earlier.
with sticky back plastic.
I did. I drew some cards out before we went live. The first card that came out, it actually fell out.
Why is it? I can't say it.
And that's what my cards would class as a leveller.
And what is it? For those
It's the
that
Fool.
can't
Sorry,
see.
if you can't make that out. It's the Fool card. Doesn't necessarily mean what you'd expect it to mean, as in the Fool. It just kind of means you're just sort of not taking yourself seriously enough and things like that. So it was that kind of logic. It was the card saying, let's not get tanked up on caffeine, yeah? Fool.
Could have done with picking that card earlier today.
The next ones that came up were Hangman Reversed, which, oh, actually it would have been, yeah, it was reversed, sorry. Which to me, a reversed card means you have the ability to turn whatever that is round. Bearing in mind that I do this as a life coach, so we've got to kind of, it has to fit into real life. It can't just be all hocusy pocusy and spiritually. It's got to actually fit into real life.
What's wrong with hocusy pocusy?
I don't do hocusy pocusy. It has to fit with real life and real people. So the hangman for me to reverse is you're probably pushing forward in the wrong direction, because the hangman is about taking your time and chilling for a moment, whether that's by your choice or somebody else's, but it is about chilling. So to have it reversed, it tells me that
Can I see it?
yeah, effectively it would be somebody running in quicksand. So stop running, relax, slow it down, and then you'll see what direction you need to go. And the reason I say that is because the card that...
Before you move on, because we've got lots of different cards and I read different cards to you,
Yep.
the way we interpret them is different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Completely different.
Sorry, I was making the assumption that people had seen the card before, but no. I read Alistair Crowley cards,
Okay.
which form what's called a Thoth deck.
Doesn't help if you have a list.
Which is it's a reading structure to read 72 cards. If you wanted to do a full tarot Thoth spread, it would involve the 72 cards in a particular formation coming out in a particular way. I don't. Me and my cards had a chat. I'm not very good at remembering really extravagant ways of working stuff out. So I want tarot cards for dummies. That's how my cards feel like we talk to each other. It's kind of, it spells it out for me, and I get easy signals to interpret. It's not actually how it works, but that's how it feels to me. That's not how I'm expecting anybody to say that's how they have a relationship with theirs.
The way I interpret them is different.
Oh, yeah.
So every reader reads them differently, and if they are just reading to you, wrote the same thing as everybody else, it's because they've learnt out of a book and it is not linked to a gift. There is no intuitive reading going on. So in my case, I would do a very literal reading. So I'm looking at that and saying that you feel prostrate and that you are coming to, or you're caught in a decision of where you want to go next. And because you're caught in that decision, it's holding you back.
Yeah,
It's very similar to what you were saying.
Yeah. But you only read them one way, don't you?
No.
Oh, you do reverse as well? Yeah. So that's the thing. The hangman, technically, if it's reversed, it's a reverse of a reverse. Which kind of cancels itself out. Hence why the decisions are there. There's still movement forward, but you've just got to chill a minute. The reason it also backs that up is the card that comes with it, as what I class as its pair, was abundance. Which is more of an emotional abundance. It's not linked to coins, it's not linked to money.
That's a shame.
Or a building or anything that's physical. It's about an emotional abundance. So without getting too personal, those two cards made absolute sense to me for the day I've had. So yeah. And that was it.
Excellent. What are the other cards that you've got?
So we do some more cards.
Do some more cards. I think it's good. It's a good plan. Does anybody have a question? What we could do, if you wanted, just because you've got your cards in your hand, is if anybody has a question, they can just pop in the comments that they have a question. They can think of the question. You can draw a card. It will be a yes and no response. It's not going to be a reading. It's going to be
yeah, because I'm good at yes and no.
yes and no card, or well, it's a positive or a negative. So if it's a positive card, it will be a yes. If it's a negative card, it will be a no.
I'll tell you the easiest thing to do. The first person to type a love heart into the comments.
We can't see who it is.
Yes, we can, because you'll type it as a love heart in the comments. The first person that comes up for, I'll draw a card for that person.
like an emoji.
Yeah, it's just so it triggers and then I can see the name and we'll just see. I will shuffle and see what card comes up for your name.
We've got somebody already.
Quick fire, Anna Martin. Okay.
She's like that. Her fingers hovering over that emoji all the time when she talks to us. I know it.
Card for you is the love card. The right way up and the waters are flowing. But the reason that card's come up is because you're questioning it a bit.
A lot.
That's the reason that's coming up. Because if it was absolutely solid, or no, it's not. no, I was about to, no, because that would be it that way and it wasn't reversed, it was the right way around. So you're either overthinking this or, yeah, that's, I'm not going to elaborate because I can't elaborate without drawing more cards. So I'm kind of.
And I had something come through to me today for you, actually, about tea time. While I was cooking dinner. It wasn't a person, it wasn't a message, it was...
Sorry, Anna.
I am so sorry, Anna, it's just...
You typed it, you asked for it.
Yeah.
Who else wants to do it?
Was
that's quite good
an
fun.
intuitive thought that came through, which was about sometimes in relationships we forget who we are. And we don't appreciate who we are. And I had it came to me intuitively today that you've lost who you are. And because of that, you don't necessarily see yourself in a positive light. And what you need to do is look at how other people see you, the people that love you, that truly love you, how they look at you, and then try to look at yourself through their eyes. And if you can do that, that will change you, because we are only loved if we love ourselves. And if you don't feel that from somebody, then you need to disengage from that energy.
Okay.
That's that. Sorry,
it won't be
came
reading,
to me at
it'll
tea
be a
time.
yes or no answer.
No, that's
that was
it.
just to shut me up. That's what that was.
I promise that's it. It came through at tea time. I didn't know if you was going to be on, but I just thought I would say.
That was quite good. I don't know whether any of that, I mean, you've put there, Anna, oh my God. Was that, oh my God, that's pretty close, or?
No, I think the oh my God was from the card that you drew and what you said from the card.
Oh,
to be honest.
That was quite good fun.
Okay.
If you want the card, put a love heart in the comments. That seemed to work.
Oh, thank you, lovely Anna. We are amazing. We feel the love from you. And we'll reflect it back to you.
Bless you.
It honestly, that's it. No more. There'll be no more readings. It wasn't even a reading. It was just something that intuitively came through today. And I just didn't have the opportunity to tell you. Mainly because we was stuffing our faces with dinner. It was a good dinner.
Sunday roast.
Sorry, Leah.
What's that? Oh yeah, Leah, you missed out.
So mean. I had to cook the chicken. I got it out of the freezer before I knew she wasn't going to be here. Anywho, so if anybody else, pop a heart in the comment and Alistair will draw a card.
While we're waiting, iconic cards that come up in tarot decks that don't necessarily mean what you anticipate they mean from things like TV and films. Let me see if I can find a random one.
Andy, my love, if you want Alistair to draw you a card, put a heart emoji in the comments rather than just like the page, because I don't know if that's just because you like it or because you want a card.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
And our system's not that reliable for being on top of stuff at the right time, to be fair. So we don't know. So, yeah. What have we got? Some people can read from playing cards. We've brought that up before.
I've read from playing cards. I quite like doing that.
I also
tend to get people go, how does he do that?
Yeah.
Right, I've got 2 cards out that I wanted.
Andy's give us a big black heart.
Excellent. I will pull you a personal card in just a moment, Andy. I just want to show you these two cards. One is the Tower card, and the other is the Change card. Can't see them because these flowers. I don't think you can
Would
see
you
them.
like, shall I
Right.
move the flowers?
So the Tower means change, but so does the Change card. Now, the symbol of this is different though. So, depending on what card comes up next to it will depend on the kind of change that's going to be. But because they both kind of mean the same thing, if you're just doing a textbook reading, you're going to get masses of difference between these two by the textbook, whereas they're actually pretty similar. They just focus around change, but one may feel slightly more disruptive, while the other one feels like you're a bit more in control of it. I also get drawn to this card because it's a snake that encapsulating the worlds, so which is a little bit Norse, so I quite like that. So yeah, they fundamentally kind of mean the same thing, depending on what comes out with them as to how that change is going to be involved. But also within my tarot deck there's lots of other little details that you guys probably can't make out, that dependent on who I'm reading the card for will stand out slightly different, or my eye will be drawn to a particular detail in the card. So Andy.
Oh, let me do Andy. If somebody else wants a reading, pop a heart emoji in the comments. Andy, I have drawn 2 cards for you, and I drew a second card just to clarify what I'd seen in the first. So the first card that I got for you was the 2 of Wands. My deck is a traditional deck, but it was the 2 of Wands and it was reversed. You were going to go somewhere, or there was a move. It's about travelling away. What I'm getting from it is about travelling away from where you are now, but it wasn't going to happen. But I drew a second card to see if it is something that's actually going to happen. So it is about travel and movement. And I'm getting house. Are you looking at moving at all? Or have you been considering moving? Because I'm getting house from both of these cards. It could be a holiday cottage, to be fair, or a caravan, but I'm getting property. And the second card was 9 of Pentacles, which is a very positive card. So whatever was stopped from happening before or was holding you back, things are going to change in a really super positive way, and move you forward. It's going to be really good for you, really fruitful. But I'm getting property. I'm getting a house. So let me know. If I'm not right, I'm not right, but keep your eye on the horizon because there might be something afoot. Anywho, we've got a lovely Bryony Smith who's put a heart.
Bryony, good evening.
I take it you know Bryony.
I do know Bryony. I
I was
used
going
to
to say
train
that was
Bryony's
a
dog.
really super friendly Bryony. Like, he knows stuff about you.
I used to train. We used to go dogging at the weekends.
I'm not commenting. You might want
Okay,
to explain
right.
that. Wait, Andy, was thinking of going to Cornwall, but looking at mortgages at the minute. Yes,
Ooh.
it's going to happen. It is going to happen. There is movement. There is property, for sure. For sure, for sure. God, I haven't read from cards in ages. I got overexcited. Right, shh. It's too late now. I want to know all the details of your weekend dogging, Bryony. You maybe want to explain to people what that means. If anybody's seen Car Share,
Oh, yes.
there was a misunderstanding over what dogging meant.
I wasn't actually dogging. I used to be a professional dog agility trainer. I ran my own dog agility club. So I was a professional dog trainer for nearly 20 years. Although incidentally, I spoke to somebody last week about their little Dachshund because they'd got a recommendation from a person who used to train with me and said, oh, it's really good, I'll give him a call. So I ended up speaking to her on the phone. So hopefully that's worked. I don't know. Right, Bryony's cards. Your first card was far too ambiguous. And it was this card. It was the Universe card reversed. Mm-hmm. The Universe card for me is a really feminine card. I'll put it the right way around so you guys can see it. It's a very feminine card. It flows, real kind of woman energy.
Goddess.
But it's that way up. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I do know Bryony because I know her for a few years. I don't want this to sound personal or something that I could reference from a while, but it tells me that you're not showing confidence in a feminine way, okay? And about you being in control of your universe as a woman. The next card, because I wanted it to kind of sort it out for me, was the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is about being more confident with what you've got. She's a queen. Again, being that both cards are feminine, still sticks with the route I wanted to go, if you get my logic, okay? The other aspect of this card that links with what I said about the Universe card being reversed, so that lack of feminine kind of strength, if I show you this card a little bit closer up, you'll see the bird, and it's that grace and elegance that's drawn to that. It draws me to that card in that, the energy of that draws me to that point in the card. So yeah, so they're the two. but yeah, to get any more detail would kind of require more of a reading. But I kind of hope that makes sense to an extent. It's quite a feminine reading. Yeah, it's kind of like you're not getting enough girl time, as in drinks with friends and things like that, which I kind of know sounds really obvious because of stuff that's going on. Yeah, there's something like that there, which is reversing the Universe card. But like I said right at the beginning, anything that's a reversed card is where you have the power to turn it. It's just you in your decision making, how you're doing things.
I don't know Bryony at all. But is there an issue with a female family member that you've clashed on and you're not as close as you were before, and that's drained you and made you feel really uncomfortable?
Do I need to wear a skirt?
You're missing out
do it, girlfriend.
on that
go for it.
Feminine, stop it. That feminine support. I just got that feeling. It
actually makes a lot of sense. Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
No, that's good.
Yes, Andy, he used to be a professional dogger.
Got paid, you know.
The wife is asking, oh.
Yeah, I stopped.
You're going to have to move now. I'm sorry, Andy.
I stopped training dogs. And I'm going to let you know why I stopped training dogs. Because the world changed. And the way people train dogs changed. And the way in which it was done changed. And I still trained from a very psychological, sociological point of view, where epigenetics is one of the most important things to me. It's a word Penny hears a lot. So that was my logic. I'm not a cheese, click and treats kind of trainer, and that's what the industry kind of was needing. So I stepped away and wanted to change. Plus, if you want the really long version, I only got into agility because of my first wife. So I never really did it for me. I did it, proved I could do it, got to grade 7, and then completed the game and stopped.
So lovely Vicky's listening. Well, if Vicky pops a little heart in, let's see what comes up for Vicky.
Yeah.
Don't cheat and just do it, Andy, because you want to end up with a great big long reading.
No.
Because it's not about that.
Before I move on, sorry, I'm glad that, I don't know whether that helped or not, Bryony. Maybe just a bit of a friendly kick up the bum, kind of, maybe that kind of logic.
Or you need to resolve whatever that conflict is.
Yeah.
To come out the other side of it, really.
But, you know, I hope it helped in some way.
What does that say? Don't know, are you?
I don't get cold anymore, standing out in the rain, having to lug bits of dog agility equipment around. I only have to please one female at the weekends, not 20 of you.
Whatever.
It's getting worse.
Oh,
Who's that for?
I drew a card for Vicky.
Did Vicky ask you to?
No.
Should you divulge it then?
I am going to divulge it, Vicky.
Okay.
Because again, I'm seeing it about movement. And I'm seeing it about something that's holding you back from going. And it could be a really positive, because it was actually, you got the 10 of Cups reversed. Don't know if you can see that. My cards are different to Alistair's. Mine are more traditional. And I think that if you had a conversation about moving away, particularly a substantial distance, your concern is about family links and your link with Erin and maybe your mum, possibly your sister, maybe your brother, but the family, losing family closeness is what's going to hold you back from something that's an adventure. So you need to resolve that in your mind if that's the case. Andy, you'll have to let me know if that means anything at all to the lovely, lovely Vicky.
Ooh.
But definitely there is something holding back. Well, I had fun doing that this evening.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
We'd love to do proper readings, more readings. You'd like to help people with life coaching with your cards.
That is what I did. I mean, like I said earlier, it was the dog training, but at the same time, I also, I had my own company around the world when we visited New Zealand. So, once in a lifetime opportunity. And an absolutely awesome guy who's doing well now. It's good. So, because we're still in contact. So.
Good. Makes sense to Vicky. Fabulous.
Excellent. Oh, is there a connection between Andy and Vicky then?
Husband and wife.
Oh, that's a fairly close connection. He's her female.
He's her female.
No, that didn't make sense.
He's female.
Oh, I was trying to do a Friday night dinner
he's
reference.
Been watching Friday Night Dinner again.
It didn't work. Shit
It's a
on it.
nightmare. Rest in peace, Paul Ritter.
Lovely bit of squirrel.
Lovely bit of squirrel.
But yeah, shall we do another one? I want to do one more.
Want to do one more? Okay. Somebody pop a heart in the comments. First
I'll
one.
do one more.
We'll get a card.
Because we came on sort of bang on 8 o'clock, but then people were a bit late, so we kind of give them.
Bloody boy, it's bloody boiling. You got your shirt off.
The nipples are roasted.
Shalom.
It's brilliant. I've
Awesome.
watched that series so many times.
Anyway, right. Pop a heart in comments and you get a lovely card drawn for you. Or you could be really picky and put who you want to draw a card for you.
Yeah, do that.
Write one of our names.
Dun, dun, dun.
Females.
Females.
Don't make me giggle. You will set me off. I'll be stuck.
It's hilarious. Although I've started rewatching Benidorm.
I've never seen it before. I'd like to think that it's because I'm quite classy, but I'm not entirely convinced.
Yeah, I started watching Ben. Sorry, I got distracted because my cards threw a card at me.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I want to see if it matches to the person if it comes up. It might not.
Might not. Might not, might not. So, I like playing with my cards. I haven't done this in ages.
Yeah.
It's only a little bit of information. It might not mean anything right now. And then all of a sudden, in a week, in a few days, you go, oh my God, that makes total sense. So if you've got a question or you just want me to draw a card or Alistair to draw a card, just let us know. Oh, he's gone all weird and thoughtful.
Yeah, I know. Is that card sat there for somebody who thought about putting a heart in, didn't?
Somebody's procrastinating.
So yeah, whoever procrastinated at the point when that card flew out, it's about having confidence in your creativity. So it would tell me that if you're thinking of doing something online or starting a business or something like that, then yeah, that's the time to do it. It's all creativity, but it's a female card. Sorry, not Friday night dinner. It's got a female energy card, so it's one of you ladies that's watching now, but didn't want to put it in there. Sorry. That's cool.
Oh, I wanted to say it was Katie.
Oh, I don't know.
Thought about it.
I don't
and
know.
you changed your mind.
But no, that's fine. We gave people the opportunity if they wanted to, so that's cool. Excellent. We hope you enjoyed it. Slightly different this week.
It's a bit weird this
If
week.
it warms up, we'll go back out again.
Yay.
I don't even care where we go. We're just going to sit in the garden, sit next to the pond or something.
Oh, it'll make me need a wee if I hear water running. Get to a certain age. It's a worry. Right, lovely, lovely people. Thank you ever so much
I
for
say it every
tolerating
week.
us and our weirdness again. Beltane blessings to you all.
Yes.
And
happy
for
Beltane.
those of you that have no
Blessed be.
idea, go to the beginning of the video where I explain what Beltane is and the purpose of the beautiful flowers that we bought with us this evening, which have now shed petals everywhere as we've assaulted them with tarot cards. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As is now tradition, and it's the 10th episode. If you'd all just tap on the love hearts as we say we're going.
Send us love. We're sending you love.
As always, keep in touch during the week. If you've got any questions, by all means, feel free to drop us a message. We can pop it in here. If you think that card was for you, the Princess of Wands, and you want to reach out, then yeah, by all means do so. But yeah, thank you very much, guys.